Development of breeding and key techniques of bulbs, flowers, and orchids. Ornamental plants are indispensable crops in modern life, especially the demands for ornamental plants as a spiritual regulator and higher economic development. It plays a very important role in agricultural economy under the busy life of modern people, general improvement of pressure, and decreasing environmental quality. Due to its geographical and climatic conditions, Taiwan Seed Improvement and Propagation Station (TSIPS) is quite suitable for the development of ornamental plants such as orchids and bulbs flowers. Therefore, different subtropical orchids and bulbs flowers types are introduced for cultivation. Breeding for Amaryllis. Amaryllis belongs to perennial bulbous flowers, classified as Amaryllidaceae hippeastrum. Native to Brazil and Peru, there are about 50 to 85 species, mainly in the eastern sloping land of eastern Brazil and the south-central Andes Mountains and Peru, Bolivia, and Argentina in the adjacent hilly areas. A few species are found in Mexico and the West Indies. Amaryllis is a popular potted flowers, cut flowers, and bedding flowers in Europe and United States. In Taiwan, it is planted in gardens or used for potted plants. In recent years, cut flowers also have been utilized. Taiwan Seed Improvement and Propagation Station (TSIPS) has been engaged in breeding of Amaryllis since 2001. It has been bred and granted for PVR of TSS No. 1, Pink Pearl, TSS No. 2, Red Splendor, TSS No. 3, Elite Pink, and TSS No. 4, Cardinal Hot. In the future, the breeding goals of Amaryllis will focus on breeding new varieties with fragrance, polyploid, new color, shape type, and resistant diseases. Breeding for Calla lily. Calla lily, Xanthodeschia spp, belongs to Araceae family and Xanthodeschia genus, and native to South Africa. The most obvious feature of Calla lily is with colored spathe. The color of spathe is pure white, golden, yellow, orange, red, pink to purple, etc. Nowadays, there are more than 120 varieties for commercial cultivars all over the world. In Taiwan, cultivated varieties of Calla lily are imported from abroad, so breeding new commercial varieties is the key point for Calla lily industry in Taiwan. TSIPS has bred TSS No. 1, Burgundy Lady, and TSS No. 2, Sunkissed, which will conducive to the sustainable development of Taiwan's Calla lily industry. The biggest problem in the development of Calla lily industry is the disease of bacterial soft rot. How to breed new varieties resistant to soft rot is one of the main targets of Calla lily. With the change of global environmental climate, extreme climate is easy to affect crop growth. Breeding new varieties that adapt to environmental changes is also the future breeding direction. Therefore, in the future, the target of breeding new varieties of Calla lily is a new color cultivar with good flower shape, color, and high-yield cut flowers, antibacterial soft rot, and heat resistance. Breeding for Caladium. Caladium crossed with Hortulanum birdsii, are tropical perennials native to South and Central America. In Taiwan, it was mainly sold as potted plants in summer. It can also be used in flower beds or as decoration under street trees and in garden. Because of the various leaf colors, caladiums also have excellent potential to be used in a bouquet. TSIPS has been breeding caladiums for more than 10 years. A new variety, TSS No. 1 Dancing Fire, was developed in 2013, and the plant breeder's right has also been granted. TSS No. 1 Dancing Fire is characterized by variegation in leaves, is veined with bright red color. Plant height is approximately 30 to 40 centimeters. It also has a good cold resistance and is suitable for a pot plant. TSIPS is going to develop more elite varieties to increase the diversification and application of caladium in market for improving caladium industry. Breeding for orchids and development of flowering regulation techniques. Taiwan has always been known as the Orchid Kingdom, among which Phalaenopsis is the #1 place not just for the volume, but also the product value. In recent years, in order to expand the diversity of orchid industry, many research institutes are actively researching on orchids with commercial potential, such as Dendrobium and Paphiopedilum. Paphiopedilum has special ornamental value because of its special flower shape. Breeders of Taiwan have collected many species and commercial varieties, which have also been used to breed beautiful and exotic varieties. In addition, an export certificate of the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora, Washington Convention or CITES, can be obtained for artificially propagated materials. The export volume, cultivated area, and the export value also have been increased year by year. TSIPS also collected many species and commercial varieties, including Maudia-type hybrids, complex-type hybrids. Hybrids result from the cross between multi-flower and single-flower mating, non-complex, and Maudia type, etc. These materials were hybridized for achieving a new variety which grows fast, has a high reproductive rate, mature earlier, has a round flower type, and bright and contrasting colors, as well as a good fragrance. Besides, in order to improve the orchid industry and make it produce orchids annually, TSIPS also researched on techniques of flowering regulation of orchids. And a flowering regulation technique of noble type Dendrobium was also developed. The technique could reduce the environmental limitation, energy consumption, and cost of accelerating flower of noble type Dendrobium, which could also improve the quality of potted flowers and the industry. TSIPS has the advantages of geographical location and climatic conditions, and has the ability to cultivate various varieties of orchids and flower bulbs. In the future, it will continue to select high-quality varieties of orchids and bulbs flowers, establish tissue culture technology, and establish healthy seedlings techniques of Lycoris, improve the cultivation technique of Sandersonia, select suitable Gloriosa variety for Taiwanese climate, and has the potential to cut flowers, and strengthen the key techniques of potential bulbs flowers and orchids such as Venda through the advantages of TSIPS to promote industrial upgrading of bulbous flowers and orchids in Taiwan.